Okay, so a little bit of context is probably needed for this, especially if you're not in the loop as far as this VTube drama. And so, ChaCha was asked during a stream why Fillion hasn't been streaming. So, for those of you guys that aren't aware, Fillion hasn't been streaming since the start of the new year, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure she's been inactive this whole time of January. So, no activity from Fillion. We don't know what's going on with Fillion. We don't know what she's cooking up behind the scenes. So it's kind of become like a meme of people asking, like, where's Fillion? What happened to Fillion? She fucking napped. Like, what happened? She go to prison? They chuck her into the pound, or what's wrong? Maybe she got evicted or something. And ChaCha was asked by a chatter if it was true that Fillion hasn't been streaming because she was deported by ICE. And ChaCha basically, she rolled with it and made a joke, saying that indeed the reason Fillion hasn't been streaming is because, she got deported by ICE. Right? It's a joke. I actually saw the clip from Abel, right? I saw it from Abel on Twitter. I actually quoted it. And I remember exactly what I said. I said, damn, so they got the Filipino boy, Rip Bozo, should have run faster. And people lost their minds over that joke. They lost their minds over the joke. So they started with a cute little campaign to cancel ChaCha, get their little brownie points. The classic, VTubers coming out of the woodworks to promote their fucking channels with their, my community's a safe space bullshit. And, a bunch of virtue signaling just so, they can cannibalize that small percentage of ChaCha's audience that are a bunch of little bitches. And let's be honest, a lot of them aren't even gonna fucking watch your streams just because you virtue signal on Twitter. Right? You had V-tweeters, of course. Yeah, so people were just, they're making a big deal out of the joke that ChaCha made. And ChaCha responded here to the cancellation attempt. Obviously, nothing came of it, okay? Most of what I saw was positive in reception to the joke that ChaCha made. Okay, the people that were upset, it was mostly V-tweeters, jealous VTubers that are hoping to boost their numbers through virtue signaling on Twitter, and your occasional sensitive little bitch that somehow couldn't predict that ChaCha was okay with this type of humor despite being friends with Fillion, who made a George Floyd joke in the past. I know, crazy. Someone that's friends with someone that made a George Floyd joke doesn't have an issue with making an ICE joke. I know. Who could have predicted that one? But yeah, ChaCha made a response. I haven't seen the clip. It's on Abel's channel. Actually, let me put the link to the original video in the chat for you guys. Check out Abel. Abel's the GOAT. He's, the granddaddy of clipping VTubers. That guy's a beast, right? He has eyes and ears everywhere, right? Don't trust Abel, alright? Because he will clip you. Yeah, depending on who you are, there may be a good thing, it may be a bad thing. Depending on what type of image you're trying to uphold.
Hi, ChaCha, our blue eyes, white Latina streamer. What the frick you mean by that? Hi, Alana. What you guys do? I like your model. Thank you, Austin. You're cute. We talked about your Twitter cancellation. Okay. I knew I had to talk about it at some point. I guess we'll talk about it a little bit. Just a little bit. Emerald, my mods are like, what are you doing, ChaCha? What are you doing? Ignore the haters. Okay. First and foremost, I'm not making an apology to Twitter.
Based. Literally fucking based. Okay? There is no reason to apologize. There is zero reason to apologize for this situation. Based. More streamers should do this in general. Okay, I see this so many times and it drives me insane every single time. I don't know why they do it. I don't know why they think they accomplish anything by doing this. But I see it so much. Fucking streamers or VTubers, they will make a joke or they'll say something fucking stupid. Kind of going, this is a little bit ancient history. I'm probably gonna age myself a little bit, but I remember with Niji Sanji, right, the Kuro Sanji, if you will. I remember some of their talents made posts about McDonald's. I think it was McDonald's or Starbucks. I forget. It was one of those. Probably both, to be honest. But it was during the time that this fucking list of like companies that you needed to boycott because they were supporting Israel. They were supposedly supporting genocide in Gaza or whatever the fuck, right? These talents were getting fucking canceled by their own fans. Their own fans, by the way. Their own fans were canceling them for eating at Starbucks or eating at McDonald's. And it was the stupidest fucking shit ever. And they apologized. They apologized for it. It happens so much. And I don't know why they do it. It drives me fucking insane. Why are you apologizing to these random people on Twitter? It makes no sense. Okay, you're not accomplishing anything by apologizing to the mob. Alright, they're not gonna forgive you. They don't... Realistically, they don't give a shit. Let's be honest, they don't give a... They just want... attention. That's all they want. Alright, they just want somebody to hate. Alright, that's why you see people literally forget about whatever drama happened literally the next day. Because they don't care. Okay? There are very, very, very few times where drama actually lasts a long time. For example, Hassan. The Hassan drama, it's still going even to this day with the new clip that fucking surfaced, right? But, right, so most drama dies out literally by the next day. There is no reason to apologize. And she shouldn't apologize. And more VTubers and streamers in general should fucking do this. There is no reason to apologize to Twitter. Zero reason to apologize to Twitter.
That's why you're here, and you're wondering, why has ChaCha not made a statement on Twitter? Why do I need to make a statement?
Because it doesn't matter.
What?
Yes!
People
yes!
like, oh.
Yes! Exactly, for what? Yeah. Based ChaCha? I liked ChaCha before, but damn, I like her even more now. I love ChaCha. We love ChaCha around here. Goated.
Oh, your Twitter drama, ChaCha. What drama? Who's the drama between? No one. Like, honestly, I'm gonna be so real. There is drama going on, but it's not me. In the Twitter comment sections, you've got some people who are very passionate about what is going on, and that's totally fine.
That's one way to put it.
Things are happening, you know, in the real world. Totally fine. What's crazy is the people that are like, you have all these, you know, supporters, you know, that are supporting you and everything, but they're like a bunch of like incels and whatever. I'm like, people on Twitter are going to do what they're going to do. People are allowed to have opinions. People are allowed to have free speech. If you hate me, just say you hate me. I don't care. I really don't. You can watch anybody you want. You don't have to watch me. You can watch anybody. I'm just a silly anime girl on the internet. Do what you freaking want. Alana showed no one is actually mad. None of your viewers, just the Twitter freaks. Nobody that is mad on Twitter watches my streams.
Yes! Yes! Literally. Literally what I was saying. Most of the things I saw were positive. I did not see... Nobody that watches ChaCha is genuinely upset about her making a joke about ICE deporting Fillion. Nobody that watches her is genuinely upset. The only people that are mad are people on Twitter that have never seen a ChaCha stream a day in their fucking life. They've never seen a ChaCha stream, they've never seen a ChaCha video, whatever. Those people are the only ones that are mad. The people that want to virtue signal. Why should she apologize to them? They were never going to watch her to begin with. It is completely pointless. From a PR standpoint, it is completely pointless. There's no reason to apologize to a bunch of fucking people that don't watch your content. They don't care, right? They're just looking for someone to hate. ChaCha made a joke about politics that are relevant that people lose their mind over, and she just essentially she was just someone in the heat of the moment to hate because she said something that's a no-no. She made a no-no joke. She made a no-no joke, and people don't like that on Twitter.
If you watched my streams, you'd understand my humor. And also...
Precisely. Exactly. That's why nobody in her fucking community is upset.
Okay, I'm gonna be so real. Do you feel like I made a political stance with my joke? Can we be real for like 1 second? It was the most neutral satire on the planet.
Correct.
It was really dry.
Correct.
A bunch of people were like, oh, it's cringe. It's a bit. It's roleplay. And so many people just... They don't watch me anyway because, you know, I do a lot of roleplay.
Correct. That is predominantly... She does roleplay with... That's basically the entire content that she does with Fillion, right? ChaCha role plays as a lot of these VTubers' mom, right? That's the bit, right? That's the whole bit, right? She's the Latino mom. She's gonna hit Fillion with the chancla, all that good stuff, right? It's all a bit. A large, I would say, what 90% of the humor that ChaCha does is roleplay centric, right? It's centered around roleplay. So it is the most neutral joke you can make. She didn't make any sort of political stance. She didn't say that she supported ICE's activities. She didn't say that she did not support ICE's activities. She made a joke that the reason Fillion hasn't been streaming is because she was deported by ICE back to the Philippines, and she's trying to get Fillion back by lining up the ICE agents and giving them a spanking with the chancla. That is the joke she made. What is her political stance with that joke? There is no political stance. It is a very silly joke. That's all it is.
Stuff, and it's okay if you don't like the role play. Do what you again.
Exactly.
You're gonna watch who
you don't like it, don't watch her.
It's okay. It's satire, but you know what's powerful about satire is that it addresses issues that are going on in society. I didn't say I was for ICE. I didn't say I was against ICE. I didn't make light of anyone and any tragedy was going up against. But you know what it does do? That whole clip, not everyone keeps up with current events. And what satire allows people to do in the public sphere is it allows them to go and look and research for themselves. My tweet has almost 4 million impressions. 4 million impressions. That's a lot. And for some people who only get their news from silly VTubers, maybe it inspired people to look up the current events and become informed about the political climate, about what's going on. And it's like, okay, wow, I just got my news from a silly little VTuber woman with cat ears. Crazy. But I mean, it allows you to make your own opinions about what's going on. And I don't think I made light of the situation. I actually had, and I'm not gonna say who, but I had a really high profile VTuber come into my Discord DMs
You can't make this up. I'm gonna let her finish, but I have a funny feeling I might know where this is going. It's just, I think, yeah. I mean, shut up.
And
I want to
she
hear.
was incredibly disappointed in me.
You can't make this up, man. Grown-ass adults going into the DMs of another grown-ass adult trying to speech police them. What are we doing, man? Go outside, touch some fucking grass, bro. What the fuck are you doing? Get a hobby. And she said high profile. I'm not surprised. But, I mean, come on. Come on, bro. Can we do better?
But she doesn't know me or my content. Yeah. So
it just gets better and better, doesn't it? It just gets better and better, don't it? Okay, so let's back up for a minute. So this random high-profile VTuber that doesn't know ChaCha, doesn't know her content, went into her Discord DMs to speech police her. Grown-ass adults, man.
that's okay. I think that my clip, again, it was satire, and it made light on, okay, the biggest butt of the joke was Fillion. And Fillion can handle a joke. Like, Fillion and I have a really good relationship.
Correct. Honestly, like I said before, do you really think someone like Fillion, who made a George Floyd joke, is gonna take issue with ChaCha making an ICE joke? Okay, like, let's be so real, chat. Let's be so real, bro.
That way. And we can joke and you know, do that sort of thing. It's fun. And we enjoy that kind of banter and, you know, riffing off of each other. It's okay if my humor isn't your humor, you know? If Fillion didn't have her sense of humor, she wouldn't be a thing. Yeah. No,
that's
like,
true.
If you like unhinged humor, I love Fillion because she'll make really funny one-off jokes. Like, I thought about a joke today, and it reminded me of Fillion. Why is reverse cowboy illegal in Alabama? Because you never turn your back on family.
Okay. I'll give her that. It made me chuckle.
Now Alabama's gonna cancel me next. Right? Isn't that
I don't know. Alabama's a little bit based. Just a little bit. I don't want it to go to their hands. But, I don't know.
good Fillion joke?
I think Alabama can handle a joke.
I'm a literal mother of 4 kids. If you don't enjoy, you know, stupid mom cringe humor, you're just not gonna enjoy me.
Sweetest little cutie.
And that's okay. I tell you what though, guys, this is the worst thing ever. Guys, I'm gonna tell you the worst thing I thought of. So, I was thinking about doubling down on Twitter.
Yes. Please, ChaCha, do it. Double down on Twitter. Doubling down. Okay, there's some situations where you shouldn't double down. Right? There are a lot of retards that double down on Twitter, but there are certain situations where it's okay to double down, and this is one of them. This is one of them where you should 100% double down, ChaCha, and I will...
Over the past weekend, you know, I was thinking,
Come on.
you know, how should I handle this situation?
Come on, please,
how should I
ChaCha.
handle it? And this, it was Sunday morning.
ChaCha,
before I
you
went
need to double
church,
down.
And I was thinking, you know what would be so funny is if I made a Google Docie and then I said, you know, I hope you'll find my sincerest apologies, you know, for recent events in the Google Docie. And then you would open it up and the very first line would be, we've known each other for so long. The second page, you know the rules and so do I. And then the third page, and it's you know what it is.
Do it. She should 100% do that. That would be peak.
Just the rest of the Rickroll.
That would be
lyrics.
peak.
And I know that that's such a millennial mom sort of stupid riff, But that's
are the
how I was
sweetest
thinking
little cutie
about
pie.
doubling down. And then I went to church, and then I was like, no.
Damn it. Church and its influence, man. Why'd you have to? Why'd you have to go to Jesus? You should have doubled down.
I'm gonna take the high
dang
ground.
it.
I'm just not gonna say anything.
We love Jesus around here, chat. We love Jesus, but we sometimes the funny Twitter post takes priority, okay?
Twitter would maul and it'd be beautiful. I'm taking the high ground. Shut up, you guys. I'm not apologizing, but I'm taking the high ground. That's what I'm doing. It's over, Anakin. I'm trying to have
okay,
emotional
that's
maturity
respectable,
because someone
I
commented and said that I have
guess.
the maturity of like a 14-year-old boy, which is hilarious to me because I've said that on stream before. I've said that so many times that I have the maturity of like a 14-year-old boy. At least 15? You think so? Okay, so at least 15.
At least 15, okay.
Humor. Oh, several people
Got
on
upgraded.
Twitter told me that I've gotten my Latina card revoked. Some people are so mad.
What? Back up. So you're telling me that because ChaCha made a joke about ice, she had her Latina card revoked? What? Holy. Oh no. I wonder what they would do if they found out that as a Latino, I voted for Trump. I wonder what they would do. I don't know. I don't know.
About the Twitter drama that
It
they
wouldn't end well.
that I'm not brown enough to be Hispanic, which is
Yeah, I know there are white Hispanics, right? I know that's crazy, but there are white Hispanics. You guys know that, right?
so funny. I think it's crazy how because
It's so funny, bro. These people are supposed to be the social justice warriors, and sometimes the shit they say is so incredibly fucking racist. A racist could not come up with better things to say than some of these social justice warriors on Twitter, bro.
now at this moment I don't fit in somebody's like box of what I guess a Latina woman should be? Question mark. Now I'm no longer Hispanic. I'm not brown enough, which is so crazy because that's like the most racist thing I've ever heard of. It's like we're gonna pretend.
Literally saying exactly what I said, bro. These motherfuckers act like they're the moral. They're the moral example, right? You want to aspire to be as progressive as them. And then they say the most racist shit on Twitter. Thinking that they're being progressive when they say this shit. It is so funny. It is so fucking funny. You can't make this shit up. You really can't.
And that like European Hispanics aren't real. Or that Hispanic comes in so many shades, especially Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico
Correct.
is like a melting pot of like the Hispanic world. Yeah,
Correct.
skin color is not an ethnicity. I agree, but I've gotten
That's just facts. Skin color is race. Ethnicity is detached from the skin color.
my Hispanic card, revoked. I get it. I'm not brown enough. Listen, when it's not winter time anymore, listen, I'm going on a cruise in June. I'm gonna be like, guys, Twitter thinks I'm not brown enough. I've gotta go tan. I've gotta go prove the haters wrong. BRB. I'm gonna go tanning and then
Real.
just because it's winter time. I know, I gotta lather myself up in oil. Spray on tan! I can tan on my own. I can tan on my own! Did Mario Lopez show up to your house and revoke that card in person? No, you're good. Right? No, if people want to be angry over satire, they can do what they want. It's Twitter drama. Like, it's gonna blow up. It's gonna blow over in a week. Honestly.
Not even. When did she make that tweet? What I forgot when she made that tweet, or when Abel posted the clip on Twitter. But it's been a hot minute, or not really. Honestly, it hasn't really even been that long. I think it was what last weekish. It's been a little under a week, I think. It blowed over so quickly. And that's how you know that all of this shit is performative. They don't care. They honestly don't care, right? They just want somebody to hate in the heat of the moment, and, you know, in a couple of days they'll find some new poor bastard to hate.
I'm gonna be so real. It's crazy that it's blown up to the point that it has. Like, we're
4
just
million is
dealing
crazy.
with, like, a supremely
That's
slow
crazy.
news day on Twitter. And, like, Twitter's feral. They want to find anyone they think is vulnerable. I haven't been in
Correct.
any kind of, like, Twitter conspiracy drama, whatever. And so I think that they like to take people and just, like, gnaw at their calves to see if they'll bend, to see if they can take advantage of them. Because I'm gonna be so real! It doesn't matter what you say in the court of Twitter. It doesn't matter. I could say, oh man, I apologize, ooh.
Twitter does not care. You can present... With the Renee Good situation, for example, we got the body cam footage of the ICE officer that was literally hit by the car. And they'll still tell you that the shooting was not self-defense. They will look you in the eyes and tell you that it was not self-defense. You can't make this shit up. You really can't.
Bend the knee. It's so over for me. Don't cancel me, please. But if I did that, it wouldn't matter. Because 2 months later, they would, you know, still be saying, remember that Twitter drama and how, you know, ChaCha and blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter.
Correct.
Like, all I would do is lose my respect. And
Correct.
nothing's good enough. I think people are addicted to being
Correct.
part of a mob and
Correct.
dogpiling on someone. I agree with that. I think that it feeds on their desire to be part of something bigger, which is awesome. I think that in the right conditions, mob mentality can be good to take down evil. I do agree with that. I think that there is power in numbers and there's strength in numbers. And dogpiling on satire just, I feel like is a waste of time, but that's me. At the end of the day, that kind of content is true to me. And I will never apologize for being myself. Ever. Because I think that the one thing that does is it alienates your own, like, viewership that actually watches you, that actually enjoys your content. I can't wait to hear Philly and laugh about it. Yeah. Their parents didn't care about them, neither should you. That's so sad. I think that that's like one of the things that I feel sorry about. Not sorry about, but sorry for. Because the people that had such angry, hateful resentment towards me, you know, I think that that's just a showing of how they are as a person. And when you let, like, negativity just drive you like that, if that's your high for the day, like, I don't know. Like, reflecting on it, that kind of negativity is just so bad for your mental state of being. And it's like, are you happy? Because I tell you what, if you're happy, why are you keyboard warring, like, your way onto some small little thing? And also, like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people didn't do a lot of critical thinking when they watched my clip. It's just very neutral. The lie.
Critical thinking on Twitter? It's a good joke, ChaCha. She's on a roll today with the jokes, chat. I can't lie.
You and say they're fine. No, they're not. Right now, currently,
Mama will always love
people are still obsessed. Super obsessed because, you know, I haven't been talking about it on Twitter and stuff like that. And the loop doesn't feel closed. And they want to continue and perpetuate the drama because they're like, you didn't address it. You didn't address it. And it's really hard because they can't find their own closure on that. Yeah, they want a reaction. It is what it is. Sometimes you have to choose to be pissed off. And that's what's so sad. Like, you have free will. You have free agency. You can do whatever you want in this world. And you want to maul about some little video on Twitter. The anime girl with cat ears has power over you.
You are the sweetest little cutie pie.
That's what's wild.
You have no power over me, purple-haired cat woman. Let me show you. Let me show you how you have no
Unfortunate.
power over me.
Okay, show me. You can quit anytime you want.
An
right?
anime girl.
You can quit anytime you want.
Anime girl
Undress me.
living rent-free in these keyboard warriors' head.
What's so funny about a lot of people who commented and retweeted my post on Twitter is they had a lot of big talk to say. They had a lot of big things to say, okay? But then, you know what they did? They muted it so they could talk their talk. But they didn't have the mental capacity, they didn't have the, the wherewithal to handle any kind of backlash.
Correct. That they do that a lot. All right, they do that a lot. Right? They love to talk shit, but they can't handle the backlash. They don't want to be challenged on the shit they say. So they mute these fucking they mute these conversations so they don't have to deal with it. They just want to spew the little social justice bullshit and just go on their merry way with zero challenge in their life. And that's mostly why these people are the way they are, because they're not used to having people challenge them. They're not used to having people push back on their ideas, their opinions, their thoughts. They're not used to that, right? That's why not only are they fucking stupid, but that's why they say shit and then just immediately mute it to avoid dealing with the backlash or avoid having their views challenged. That's what they do. That's what they do.
Crazy. Yeah, lock the replies. Let me say what I want to say. Mute. And now they can't say anything back. Like, okay, yeah, talk, but can't take. I call them crop dusters. That's how it felt, honestly. People expect me to respond so bad, but like, I'm an entertainer. I'm just a silly little VTuber. I don't care. I don't have the emotional investment to argue with people online because that's stupid. What was that quote by Mark Twain? Never argue with a fool because he'll bring you down to his level and destroy you with his experience. It's something like that. It's like one of my favorite quotes. But yeah, I don't do that. We don't argue with idiots in this house. I have other things to do. When a majority of the Twitter drama was going out, like, you know what I was doing? I was cleaning my house. I was making, like, lunch for my kids. I went to the movies.
Damn.
With Doctor to go see Avatar. It was really good, by the way. I really enjoyed that movie. It was fun. And then after that, I went to the Asian market with Doctor, and I was like, I'm gonna go get Japanese sweet potatoes, and I'm gonna go get my cheesy ramen and other stuff. I think we got like some ice cream mochi too and whatever. Anyway, and that's what I did. I was living my best life. Well, everyone's like, I bet she's so scared to answer. I bet she's so And then the next day I went to church. And then I took a nap and I just kept posting tweets. And you know what's so funny? It got to the point where people were like, are these scheduled tweets? Is she even on Twitter right now? Like, is she even paying attention? That was good. That was No, but no, seriously, so many people were retweeting and commenting. I was like, oh, look at all the free engagement. My Twitter hasn't been popping for a while. Let me post these cute little memes. More people can look at my memes.
Smart. That's a businesswoman right there,
forget
chat.
that I'm an actual mom and that I don't live on the internet. The elephant
Yep.
in the room meme that's going around. Address
Mom
the
of 4
elephant in the
kids,
room.
chat. She ain't got
Nah,
time
I've
to
not
be
been
wasting on
doing
these keyboard warriors on Twitter.
Listen, I've dealt with whiny babies for many years now.
Makes sense.
I have nursed whiny babies. I have, disciplined and I have, taught whiny babies. And the internet's kind of no different mentally.
All right. Relax, broski, okay? But yeah. Yep, that's basically the drama. That's the drama.
yo, Pocky and Rocky, she tryna sell that cocky. Hey, I'ma let her too. There ain't nothing you can do to stop me. Look, I know that shit sound kinda mean, but I checked that bitch ID. Trust me, motherfucker, she 18. Hold up. Okay, and cut.